Hi, I'm Mark Scherer. I'm the CEO and founder of Encompass Life and the host of the Wellness Revolution podcast. And today we have Mariah Dodson on the call. And Mariah is a bundle of energy who is has a company called the Evolution of Healing. And she's here to talk about herself, her company, what motivated her, and whatever other goofy questions I can come up with to ask her.
Awesome. Excited to be here. Thank you so much, Mark.
So, Mariah, what had you? What's first? What is the evolution of healing about?
So the evolution of healing, I believe, is the journey of really connecting the mind, body, and soul, and finding the holistic ways that we ourselves as individuals, human beings, and communities can really heal ourselves. And that comes through the process of the evolution, the journey of life, bringing together all these different aspects to really find your own ritual and routine of healing.
What had you get into this?
Um, a couple of different things. My mother did serve a life sentence. And so when she was freed, she became my sole responsibility. And while she was locked away, she developed many different mental illnesses, PTSD being one of the biggest. And so, as a really a journey of trying to seek how I could holistically help her, because I've seen what pharmaceuticals have done to her over many, many, many years. It really just pushed me on a path of trying to find some holistic alternatives for her, as well as I did serve in the United States military. And what I was taught during that process is we weren't not necessarily fighting for a corporation, we were fighting for the brothers and sisters to our left and right. And so seeing also my battle buddies, people I cared about deeply as well, suffering and then being thrown bottles of pills and saying, hey, just take this and it'll solve all your problems. And kind of seeing the triage effect of, how that hurt them even worse. Just really propelled me to know, like, hey, your mission's a little deeper and you're really going to have to serve your community.
Wow. And you said so your mother had was on a lot of different meds when she was incarcerated.
Yes, she was on a lot of different meds. And in those times, switching doctors. So, they would, being a doctor is based upon your opinion. And right, so different doctors had different opinions. So the medication would constantly be switching. I mean, every 3 months they were trying something different, trying something different. And I really do believe, they almost treated her as if she was a lab rat. So they gave her this medication and didn't give the effects they wanted, give her another one. And all those different chemicals over time, they definitely impact the brain. And as a family, we could see how she changed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the evolution of healing, you just touched on the name of it. You didn't really touch about what's going on, but what's the product of the company. So
Yeah.
what do y'all do there?
So we have evolved as well. So we started off being a medicinal cannabis company with the holistic approach. So we are in a partnership with a doctor's office where he sends us patients. We evaluate the patient from a holistic view. We first start with sleep, diet, water intake, meditation, and really establishing a foundation of a holistic base, coaching them through that process of getting started on that base. But then we also manufacture products. So we manufacture cannabis products, we manufacture CBD products, herbal products, and then we are recently getting into psychedelics. Our mission, though, is to make sure that the patient knows the product is the very last leg of this race. And that if they really do want to intentionally heal or solve problems within themselves, that there's a process to that.
What do you mean by that?
So I believe in the Western medical world, we really have been thinking that this one product is the end all be all. Like I can just go buy a product, I can use that product, and I will feel better. Knowing that there was a lot of things that led up to that issue. For example, anxiety. We are located in a medical environment, so right next door to me is a pharmacy. We have tons of patients who come over and they're like, hey, this Xanax is not working. And we're like, well, because you have to have a holistic approach to your healing. How's your sleep? I'm only sleeping 2 hours a night. Ding, ding, ding. That's probably going to be number one. How's your diet? I don't eat as healthy as I would like to. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. That's going to be a key. Eating clean, eating green. When's the last time you took a self-care day for your mental health? Oh, I would so love to do that. What's something you love to do? I love going to the beach. And so, even just like sitting with those patients and rewiring the mind, it's like, why haven't you given yourself a day to go to the beach? It's like those are the fundamental things that will lead up into your health and your well-being, knowing that the product is just a temporary solution to help you with that.
There's one word that has a direct correlation to anxiety. The greater percentage they speak this word, the higher the level of anxiety. Guess
Mm.
what it is?
Stress.
The word not.
Mm.
There is a direct correlation between the word not and anxiety. The higher, you're going to see it now, the higher percentage of knots a person speaks, the higher the level of their anxiety.
I didn't know that. That makes
Notice
sense.
you, notice you just said a not. Now let me show you the reversal. Say wow.
Wow.
This is the first time I've heard this.
This is the first time I've heard this.
Feel the difference in your body.
Yeah, I do. And my
Yeah.
shoulders primarily, I can like actually feel where
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's every word produces a particular chemical cocktail in the body. And so we help people become aware to adjust those words and change the reality, change their body chemistry. Cool.
Right.
Yep.
Love
So
that. It forces, not maybe that's not even the word. It elevates you to be more conscious of the words that are coming out of your mouth, like truly.
yep. Life and death exists in the power of the tongue. By your words, you're justified. By your words, you're condemned. Everything's scripturally based. Quantum physics is the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So way different. Anyway, so do you ship products? You're based in LA, you said, correct?
Yes, we are based in LA, but we do have a website, and so we can ship. It has been changing month over month with different things popping up in different governments, but we do ship across the state lines for CBD, the herbs, CBD and the herbs.
So how many states can you ship to?
For CBD, we can ship to all 50 states. We can ship internationally to several countries as well. And then for
Wow.
our products, you would actually have to walk into our physical store or order for our delivery service.
So you can ship THC-based products to
We,
across state lines?
nope, not yet. Not until interstate commerce becomes a policy that our government honors.
Gotcha.
Soon, hopefully.
Yep. And the psychedelics?
I am really hoping that the state of California will push in some regulations where we can legally, sell those products, distribute them. Right now, we're literally only able to conduct research, and that's all private based. So
Gotcha.
we'll do that right now.
So you've been in business for 10 years, you said,
Yes, it's been wild.
and young entrepreneur, started when you were 20.
Yes.
And I imagine this is your first business you started.
This is my first business. It is.
So you're batting 1,000.
Yes.
One for one. I mean, that's a rarity. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Um, in my world, that means you have some great upbringing.
Yeah, we have had some losses. This is the first one. She's lasted the longest, but we have taken losses along the way.
Gotcha. And it means you have some great upbringing with your parents.
Yes.
They instill some values in you, and you're running your business and your life by a certain set of core values.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, tell mom and dad, great job.
I will. Thank you. They
You're
will so.
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And tell us a little bit about the products and what they do, what makes your company different.
Okay, so I think as far as the components that go into medicinal cannabis or medicinal CBD products, that's really going to be the same across the board. It's how many additives you add, or how many additives, or how simple your formula is. I think what really separates us is the actual coaching that goes into each patient. Our products are amazing. For cannabis, we have the purest solvents, we have the purest organically grown flower that go into our infusions. So, like our salve. But again, that's just an end product. So it is wonderful. Mostly all cannabis products are going to be wonderful for that specific ailment. If it's a knee pain, you can rub a salve on it across the board, regardless of the brand, it's going to work. But it really is like the holistic approach that you're taking to help solve that problem. So if it's anxiety, you could take some CBD oil underneath your tongue, and it will help resolve that anxiety. Really, what it does is it's going to block the receptors in the brain to keep the anxious feelings from reaching the brain, helping you get to homeostasis. And again, that's across the board. But it's the process of being able to sit down with the patient, assess their life from a very holistic view, ending with the product, and then coaching them through that process for like the next 6 weeks as we're building the relationship with them on how they're doing, what improvements they made in their daily routines that I think separate us.
So you offer coaching as well?
It's just a part of our doctor's program. So our doctor's program, basically our patients will be referred to us by a doctor. They'll initial call where we'll set up a consultation with them. And in that consultation is where we'll like deep dive into specifically what their ailment is. And what we've even found is so many people really don't have anyone to talk to. So in that 45 minutes of just being able to release what that heavy burden is, and then coming with some real tactical solutions of like, hey, we're not going to overwhelm you, but what if we start with A, B, and C, and then the product being D, right? Like these tiny steps that you can increment and building the relationship with them. We'll meet up with them again in 2 weeks, check first and foremost, how are you doing on your A, B, and C, your work plan, and then how is the product working for you? So
awesome. Do you do that program with people who come from just out from the world, who call in and require some assistance?
We have in the past. I'm hoping that we can get back to that soon. We know, like, for some reason in our programming, we are uncovering that, like, if a doctor tells you to do it, you're going to follow through. But sometimes we struggle with, like, the self-accountability of just being able to walk in and be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. So if we do have willing patients who are like, hey, I want to sign up for your medical program, yes, we would welcome them in with open arms. Majority of them are like doctor prescription, like, hey, this could be a better solution for you rather than like the white pill. So
gotcha. So do you charge for that program?
No, do not. It's just a part of our service to humanity and just with our products as well.
So most likely you're going to have way more effectiveness once you charge for it.
Yes.
Because people having skin in the game, they pay whatever that is, where they have a little investment in it. They generally take it way more seriously.
I appreciate that.
And now you got another revenue source. How about that?
Yeah, that's always welcome. I'm writing that down. That's a gem.
Cool. So, best way for people to connect with you?
The best way would be through our Instagram, Evolution of Healing. We have some, great value. We've done some educational videos up there, and we're pretty responsive up there. So Instagram would be, for all my millennials out there, it would be the best way to connect with us.
And how about if somebody desires to get in touch with you personally? Do you put yourself out that way, or?
Yes, could definitely call our office number, which hopefully I'll be able to like just put that into the chat because I don't know it off the top of my head. Don't judge me. But yes, definitely calling the office number, connecting with our team. We have 4 wellness technicians who serve the mission every single day. And then I myself, would also love to connect as well.
Awesome. What else would you like to share about your company?
I think just more so around like the mission of really what the evolution of healing is. It's really just to raise the awareness that we have the power within ourselves to heal our individual selves, to heal our families, and then to be a beacon of light for our community, and it definitely starts in our routine, in our rituals, staying ahead of illness, staying ahead of sickness, and staying in that high vibrational energy of like, I am responsible for my own self, and what brings you balance, what throws you off. And so I think that would be just really the main message that I would want our company to communicate is can have an ally in that process, for sure.
Awesome. So I close out the call with asking one question. It's a really tough one. Okay. What do you love about life?
I think what I have identified along my journey that I love the most is empathy. Like, I love being able to really connect with people, like in a meaningful way, and be able to grow those relationships, be able to go through hard times with people, but being able to overcome those hard times with people as well. And I think at that point is really where connection is forged. Like, I think that's like the most beautiful process, and in that it's almost an evolution too. So I love being able to connect with people, grow with people, um, and adventure definitely is a strong,
So
strong.
I'm going to distill what you said to a little different way of saying it. Say, I empower people. I love
Okay.
empowering people
Love and power.
to greater and greater levels of success.
Mm. To greater and greater levels of success.
Try the whole thing.
I empower
I
people.
love empowering people.
I love empowering people to greater and greater levels of success.
Say it again.
I love empowering people to greater and greater levels of success. Love
Pretty
that.
cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Feel
Love.
feel a little tingle starting to show up.
I do.
Yeah. Cool. Mariah, thank you so much for being on the call. You're a beautiful blessing, and I wish you great levels of success.
Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right.
Blessings.
Blessings.